This is Jazz, and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. I am in Katowice, Poland. Woohoo! It's gonna be a fun time here. We got Homicide Black on this episode. Hey, this is Jazz, and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. I am here in the beautiful city of Katowice, Poland. I'm standing in front of the Silesian Insurgents Monument. This represents the three uprisings after World War I, 1919, 1920, 1921. This is one of the most famous landmarks in all of Katowice. It's the heaviest monument in all of Poland. Check that out. So anyway, on this episode of Jazz's Rockin Roadshow, we have the one and only Homicide Black, and this is Sinner or Saint. I'm here in Katowice. This is the Market Square Old Town area. This gets pretty hopping at night. I was here in January and they had a big festival, lights and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty neat to see. But it's pretty mellow here today. It's a Sunday morning and I'm just going out for a stroll. It's a nice 47 degrees, a little bit of a breeze. It's nice in the sun. This is the hotel I stayed at last time I was here. The Hotel Marpole. So this is the town square here in Katowice. And if you're here in the wintertime around Christmas, like December to January, this whole area is filled up with shops. And they have a giant Christmas tree. I think they even had a Ferris wheel here, if I'm in the right spot. I mean, I was here in January, and sometimes things look a little different when you haven't been somewhere for a while. I'm here in front of the Salesian Scouts Monument, and this monument is paying respect to the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts in 1939 because the Polish commander was retreating and trying to avoid entrapment from the German army. This is in September 1939, and basically the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts who were ill-equipped and didn't have much fighting experience had lookouts all throughout the city and kind of repelled the German army for 2 days. It was a suicidal mission, essentially. So, hats off to them. I am in front of this really neat church. I don't know what the name of it is, but it got me to thinking of the Homicide Black song, Church on the Hill. So, this is Homicide Black with Church on the Hill. I am just outside of the Silesian Museum here in the lovely city of Katowice, Poland. And this museum highlights coal mining in the area. It's actually the site of an old coal mine. There's lots of mining activity in this region of the world. Salt mining, coal mining, you name it, they mine it. I just thought it was pretty cool and I wanted to show it to you because it's kind of a landmark here in Katowice. Well, it started to rain when I was visiting the mine, so I'm gonna make my way back towards the hotel. But in the meantime, here is some footage from a recent Homicide Black show. Enjoy. It is almost showtime for Homicide Black. Woo! All right. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Woo! How you guys doing?
Fabulous. Right, exactly where my finger is pointing. There's 2 beers for you sitting back.
I love my band because they bring me beers when I forget to get beers. Thanks, buddy. Put them over there. Is somebody introducing us?
He asked me, but I don't think so.
Anybody wants to?
I don't know if somebody's going to introduce us or not. We'll play it by ear.
I say he should.
You want to introduce us?
You introduce us.
I was running merch. I sold a CD.
You the man.
All right, well, introduce us and sell some more CDs.
Okay.
What do you want?
Homicide Black.
Keep it up, gentlemen.
Homicide Black.
You wanted the best, but this is all we can muster in short order. Yeah. Something like that.
You ready?
Kill it, my brother.
All right, man.
Sean.
With you?
Kill it, my brother.
You know,
Woo! All right, the curtain is shut. We're about ready to start. I gotta turn the camera off. We got 2 minutes before Homicide Black hits the stage, man.
Testing 1, 2, check.
it's called Rockin Roadshow.
Crowd was crazy tonight. Homicide Black just got done playing. I am beat. It's our roadie Tommy, and he's freaking awesome.
Yeah, my man.
Woo.
There's Janice.
Thank you.
I'll say, you're not Janice.
I am. There she is. Woo. It is a lovely, overcast, damp kind of day here in Katowice, but I think it's the perfect day for us to go Bebok hunting. And I bet you don't know what that is. All right, so we are going Bebok hunting. I would pronounce it Bebok, B-E-B-O-K, if I were to pronounce it, but here in Katowice, I believe it's pronounced Beboks. I don't know what the plural is. Beboksies, Bebokses, I don't know, but perhaps you're wondering what in the heck one of these things are. Well, let me tell you. They are believed to be from ancient demonology, and they are believed to be these mythical little creatures that would fight other creatures, only their same size or smaller. And it's believed that they would tell the little kids this so that they would behave themselves, or the Beboks would get you. But since then, there was an artist that kind of revitalized the whole Bebok folklore, if you will. And they did all these little sculptures and put them all around the city. So here's the best thing about hunting Beboks. See all those steps up there? I knew there was one on these steps, and I walked all over looking for it. It's actually right down there. They are not very big. And if I'm not mistaken, they all have different names. I got to figure out who this one is. Well, we found one Bebok, and I'm starting to search for more, but I realized that they aren't as close to each other as you'd think. I think the closest one to me is about an 11-minute walk. And I am still walking to find Beboks. I found them. Do you see where they are? They're hidden. Right there. Right by the opening. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually in a mall in Katowice, Poland, looking for a McDonald's because there's another Bebok in front of that McDonald's. So, let's find it. The search continues. I see a Burger King. Ah, McDonald's. There's supposed to be a Bebok here. Where is it? And I found him. Check him out. Look at how cool that is. These things are not very easy to find. Let me show you why. Look how small that is. You know, I think the coolest thing about these are the fact that most people are totally oblivious to the fact that they're even here. I left the mall and am now on my way to find a fountain, a water fountain, past a floral shop that's supposed to be where the next closest Bebok is. This is the 5th Bebok that I found today. Kind of cool. They're all a little, this one's a little taller, but I read somewhere that they call them little scarecrows. So I don't know if that got lost in translation as far as like little demon guys or scarecrows or whatever. Keep the kids in line. I think that's the whole point of it. Nothing like having something to terrorize kids and then putting them all over the city. Although these guys are pretty friendly. In recent times, the artists that did these, and I was reading up a little bit about, they did this about 2 years ago, and they're starting to crop up all over the city. And Katowice is starting to be known for having them. And I just think they're freaking cool. It is not every day that you just find a piano out in the middle of, oh wow, that's crazy. It's a cement piano. Always have to play something in the key of C because that's about the only key I know of on piano. I don't have any more leads on Bebok or Bebok around the city here. I'm going to continue to look for a bit, but I don't promise anything. But anyways, in the meantime, here's a Homicide Black video for you. Just when I started to make my way back to the hotel, quasi giving up on finding any more Bebok, I got rumors, or I heard rumors, that there's another one by the Mercure Hotel. So now all I have to do is find the Mercure Hotel, and I think I'm close. Let's see. Oh my goodness, there it is. This one is traveling. I don't know where she's going. Where are you headed? Out of Katowice. Going to Prague, huh? That's where I'm going next. Okay, I think that I found where the next location is, but I'm not even sure if I'm allowed in here. Well, that was cool. That was probably the second to last one I'm going to find. I think that I know where one more is. I was in this area a couple times already, had no idea they were here. And I think that's what makes them cool, because you actively have to search for them to find them. And there's supposed to be one somewhere right here. Check them out. This is the last one that I'm going to search for tonight. Well, I hope you enjoyed hunting for all the Beboks here in Katowice. I am staying at that Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott Hotel on the 25th floor. I'm a little bit damp and wet from all the rain and all that good stuff, so I'm going to head up there and dry off, and then I'm going to go hit the Spodek Arena. Home. Home. I am home. Ah. There we go. Yay. Ah. All right, I am here at the famous Spodeks here in Katowice. This building is a big arena for concert events and sporting events. It was finished being built, I believe, 1971. That's when they had the grand opening. And I heard through the grapevine there's a private event in here. And I'm going to see if I can kind of sneak my way in, check it out. So keep the fingers crossed. I probably should put the camera away, but let's see what happens. So, okay. Cool. Thanks.
But you must.
There we go. Thank you. I'll put the badge on right now. They gave me a badge to put on. Cool. Hey. Sometimes it's kind of easy to get into these places, and sometimes it's not. It was kind of easy this time. So I made it into the Spodeks here. This is the entertainment arena here in Katowice. Right now there's a private party going on, and I managed to make my way in. So I'm gonna wait until they get started and check it out for a little bit, and then I'm gonna kind of skedaddle on out of here. But yeah, it kind of reminds you a little bit of the old Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. This is a really beautiful facility. Really cool. Looks like they have some traditional Polish dancing, I guess. We'll just kind of hang out back here and be kind of nonchalant about it. It's almost 5 in the morning, and I'm at the airport getting ready to fly back to Pittsburgh to meet up with the guys at the studio. Woohoo! Next stop, United States. Well, Germany first, then the United States. I'm on my way back to Pittsburgh. Meet up with the guys at the studio. We're gonna play some songs, do an interview. It's gonna be great. I am back in Pittsburgh with the one and only Homicide Black. How you guys doing?
Good to be here.
Loving life.
Finally.
About time, right?
About time.
Yeah. Long overdue.
Yes.
You guys have been around for quite some time, but you've taken a bit of a hiatus for the past 3 years. Why is that? What you been up to?
Well, I had a stupid, insane accident that rendered me basically paralyzed for a little bit of time. And I sat there and I said, nah, well, maybe I don't ever play music again. But obviously, we're doing it again. And we took a hiatus, and the three of us actually are playing in some other bands, projects, whatever people want to call those things, and doing a great job with it, having a ton of fun. And we just kind of felt the urge to bring HB back out of the depths of obscurity or just retirement or hiatus or whatever.
So what you're trying to say is the accident was my fault. Why don't you just tell them that?
Well, most accidents are your fault. Almost every accident that has befallen me has been your fault. Directly your fault.
You were reading between the lines what he said.
I mean, it was
Totally.
110%
not
your
my fault.
fault.
Not my fault.
But I'm one of those people that persevere.
What happened? Why don't you tell them about the accident? Yeah, so what happened? What was this
The
accident?
bull.
Yeah,
Well,
because it's bull.
it was a mechanical bull. You go to a place, everybody sees mechanical bulls, and get on there, and they're gonna do stuff and whatever. And so I was like, all right, I'll do that. And little beknownst to myself and others who may have been with me, anyway, I go up. You got to sign a waiver. Well, of course you got to sign a waiver.
Sign a waiver.
That's the end of the story. You signed a waiver.
I didn't sign a waiver that involved a third party. The third party, right here, decides to tell said bull operator. Think about that being your actual career. So, next thing you know, guy walks away. Guy's snickering. I get up on this bull, and whoa, I'm launched. Oh, look at me! I'm like Ricky Bobby. I'm like, oh, I'm flying through the air. This isn't good. Yeah. So, I'll tell you. And then I go around like, well, he said to just rail it as high as he could. I was like, well, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Come on. And all of a sudden I'm like, well, this finger doesn't look like any of the other fingers anymore. All right. I got this hand. Let me get back up there. I'm going to use this hand.
Right. So he rode it twice and flew through the air twice.
Well, I actually fell off the second time. First time through the air because
I wasn't there to witness this.
I'll tell you right now, no, there's security cameras. It's yeah. And then he sits there and goes, "Were you going to be able to play the next show?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Does your finger that normally goes like this go like that?"
What did the doctor say when you went to the doctor?
They said it was bad.
You didn't go to the doctor.
I went to the doctor.
A year
bad.
later.
I went to the doctor.
later.
I went to the doctor.
A year later.
I said, "Doctor, is there anything I can do with it?" Doctor!
Give me some love.
Yeah, I said, yeah. I went to the doctor. He said, "Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning." I said, "This is not a correct doctor." I went down the wrong
That ain't gonna
alleyway.
fix my finger
That's
at all.
why you don't go up to Erie to go to doctors in an alleyway. Yeah,
Wow.
Lesson learned.
That's
Yeah, it's a hard
It's a life
lesson.
lesson.
to learn.
Life
It is.
lesson.
Yeah, it is.
Don't do it in kids.
So you guys got 5 albums out. What's the plans? Any new plans for Homicide Black?
I guess it would be playing more shows and trying to record a new CD or release.
It was refreshing to kind of get back on a stage together and rehearsals and everything, and 3 very, very like isotope jerks that, I mean,
It's like we never stopped.
yeah, it's honestly, It's like they never went away.
They never went away.
Why won't they go away? Why?
Oh, why won't they go away?
2020 was so great when everybody was in isolation and we couldn't go see Homicide Black.
But yet here we are.
Sean, it's rumored that the reason Homicide Black hasn't played for the past 3 years is because you guys played a huge festival back before 2020, and before you guys went on, you demanded that these guys sign over the rights to the name Homicide Black to you so that you could do a solo project. Is that what happened? Is that true?
Pish posh. Let me tell you something right now. I think that I was very, very amicable about everything that I explained to these guys. I felt that the material was great. Love it, still do. But it could branch out and do other things. And I am going to authorize the release of the videos for the adaptations for your viewing and listening pleasure. And I think that they speak for themselves. And you be the judge and jury on this one. Thank you. Yeah, trust me. You thank me.
So let's roll one of those videos now.
I can't be wrong if I know that I'm right. Weaving my words from heavenly skies. I don't pretend to be holier than thou. Do I preach what I do or preach what I say? Am I the sinner or the saint? Am I the sinner or the saint?
Boom! Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're all welcome. Guess what? What did I say? Speaks for itself. And guess what? You know why? It's so good. I did all of them. And guess what? You know what? I'm going to treat y'all. You get a second one. You get one. You get one. You get one. You get one. Everybody gets this next one. Play the video.
And one more of Sean Nestor's Homicide Black featuring Sean Nestor of Homicide Black.
Pour a pint. The grog changes the view of the room. Colors swirling, they soon change into blue shapes of doom. I hear voices in my head. I've been drinking spirits of the dead.
So Ralph, Jazz and Sean have been in the band forever, and you're the new guy. How do you like being in the band? What's your opinions of being the new guy?
I kind of like it. It's good music. It's the stuff I like, and I don't mind playing it. I like writing stuff with these guys and playing the music, and we get along. And it's like the Three Stooges, but more demented, and it fits. So I like it a lot.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I obtained some video that may say otherwise. Let's roll a video.
You know, all they want to do is drink beer. I'm the best thing that's happened to that band.
They're just pushing it way too far, man.
Who gives a about these guys? I've been waiting 3 years for these to play something. I mean, I don't give two about these guys.
The greatest thing that's in that band.
Great, Ralph. Great.
Yeah, real nice, Ralph. Worst thing is you weren't even doing our clothes. You're probably washing another band's clothes, weren't you? Guys, I don't think it's funny. I don't think you need to.
I look like a circus tent.
He never does our clothes.
Not once.
We need a proper bass player.
Yes, we do.
Proper bass player.
He's too cross.
Yeah. If any of you out there play bass, get a hold of us. You're out. See ya.
Interview's over.
This interview's been over. Well, and on that note, it's apparent that Homicide Black is in need of a bass player that can do laundry. So we'll see you next time on Jazz's Rockin' Roadshow.